Hi, I'm Yulia and you're watching the Why Change channel. In this video, I continue with advice for aspiring business analysts, especially for those that never held the title of business analyst in their career yet. In this video, I want to talk about one important question that always seems to be the front and center for every aspiring and junior business analyst. This question is, how do I find my first business analysis experience? What to show on my resume if I never had the title? What do I do if I don't have any analysis experience? If I have never done any business analysis, where do I start? So today I want to tell you something very, very important. And it is good news. Everyone has done some business analysis before. If you look hard enough, if you understand the essence of business analysis activities, you will be able to relate your past experiences to that. Just think of the term business analysis. It's about analyzing how a business works. It starts with investigating and learning how a company, a department, or process works. What does it do? What works well and what doesn't? It's about looking into what improvements are needed and perhaps defining and implementing those improvements. It's about solving business problems, from research to analysis to coming up with solutions to problems. And that's what business analysis is in a nutshell. Believe it or not, everyone has done it in some form or another. As I talk to people who come from different backgrounds and have very different careers, as we start to look in this direction, we always find something. For example, I may ask, have you ever worked with customers? Well, yes, I was a client support representative, or I was in sales or in tech support. Then we explored, well, what did you do for customers when you were in that job? Because everyone who worked with customers had to listen to them, understand their problems, and help them, or find someone else to help them. Often, you have to make an additional effort to pinpoint the root cause of their problem, because the customer may not even be explaining everything clearly to you. And then you have to think of different solution options for the problem. It doesn't have to be about software. It could be selecting the best cellular package, or figuring out over the phone why customer's gadget doesn't behave as expected. It could be any example where you're helping customer to find the right product, use a product or service, or figure out what are they doing wrong or what is not working. And this is just like business analysis, because you're asking questions, trying to understand, listening, observing, investigating, and zeroing in on the problem that needs to be solved. And then you help to come with possible solutions. Sometimes, if you don't know how to solve the problem, you will go to someone else for help, to a technical support team or the engineer. Well, this is exactly what business analysts do. They listen to their customers, who they more often call business stakeholders. They clarify and capture their needs, which they call requirements. And then they share these requirements with technical teams to figure out the best solution to customer problems. Another example is research. As a business analyst, you have to research and learn about the industry, the company, and the business functions you're working with. You can't just come and ask, what is it you want? If you have no understanding of the business they are in or what's going on. You have to do your due diligence to understand the business model, the products, the customer groups, the services. How does that particular company work? How is it organized and how it receives revenue? You will research the company website, look at different artifacts, perhaps annual reports or sales dashboard or portal screens, procedures or other documentation. All of this research that helps you ask the right questions when you meet with your customers. And this research may help you discover something important that your customers may even forget to tell you. So every time you are doing research, when you're collecting and analyzing information, you are doing a business analysis activity. Another example is documenting information, structuring it, presenting it in a way that is suitable for the audience. It can be student papers, market analysis reports, project feasibility studies. It could be graphical representation of the data you've collected, charts and diagrams. It could be visual illustration using models, pictures, or creating presentations. So even if you are in another line of work, don't be scared. Don't think that you will be starting from ground zero if you want to become a business analyst. Think of your student project, your previous job, your volunteer opportunities. Think of what you did and keep these activities in mind. Research, collecting information, interviewing experts, investigating problems, understanding customer needs, capturing and structuring information, analyzing data, looking for hidden relationships, presenting information visually, explaining, proposing process improvements, testing products, implementing changes. All of these things you may have done before are also business analysis activities, perhaps just with a different label. And truly, it's not about labels at all. It's about what you have learned from these activities and whether you think like a business analyst, whether you are developing a business analyst mindset. The next step is then analyzing how these things you've done in the past relate to business analysis activities, techniques, concepts, and methodologies. You can do it by reading books, articles, business analysis body of knowledge materials. You can watch learning videos or take courses. And as you learn more and more about business analysis, you will see familiar patterns and concepts. As you gain a better understanding of how business analysts do their job, you will feel more confident about using these skills you already have and expanding your repertoire of tools and techniques. So, if you really want to be a business analyst, don't be shy and don't be scared. You will never be starting from zero. All of us have a little bit of a business analyst inside. Analyze your own experience from this perspective. Apply your analytical skills. Think of it as a business analysis exercise. If you need any help, go to my website, why-change.com. Check out the resources there and videos on the Why Change channel. I love helping people who want to become business analysts. And I believe the world needs more good business analysts to improve how we do things, solve problems, make our processes more efficient, and to reduce waste. So go for it. Best of luck. And remember, everyone has done some business analysis before, even if you don't realize it yet. I'm Yulia, and this is Why Change channel. Until next time.